Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. All right, here we go. How is Savage Stocks doing? All right, and we are live once again. Back at it, just trying to fix my camera here. You guys can see how I feel about the overall market. It's our gauge in the back, right? All right, and I got my shirt. You know, game squeeze, baby. Because I think the overall market is now telling us that maybe, just maybe, GameStop, somebody took their foot off of the brake, and it's just not going under 24. So good morning, my fellow simpletons and degenerates. Back for another day. Trading. I've been at it for over an hour and 15 minutes now, making moves here and there, and just making sure that telling people exactly kind of what moves I'm making, right, and then keeping me honest as far as how I'm trading, and people can see real time exactly what moves I'm making, how I'm making them, and you guys can keep me accountable. Also, I'm hopefully giving some of you guys ideas on how to trade better, and how to go about maybe looking at different ways of trading, right? If you guys or maybe you're just you haven't caught on to any of the stocks that I'm trading, and now you just got a new one. Whatever, man. Just at this point, we're just trying to make sure that we keep the channel going, right, and that the community has somewhere to go. So let's see here. What do we got? Nico saying, "Yo, Savage, what's up, Nico?" Jeff is here saying, "Savage, what's up?" James of the Misty Tree, ahoy. Lucky number one, Savage again is saying, "Ken's mom, good morning, Ken's mom, good morning, Nico, good morning, Jeff." Kilua Dre saying hello. How you doing, Kilua? Cannon Fodder's here. What's up, Cannon? Cannons are back at it again. Ken's mom for sure again. Am I holding open? I'm still, I sold covered calls. So, we're trying to see what open is doing, what GME is doing. I got a new position on a new stock, and you guys can have a look-see and see how you guys feel about it. And maybe you're curious to try it. Interest of full disclosure. Every single stock that I talk about, for the most part, and definitely every single stock that I'm telling you that I'm trading. Obviously, well, I'm trading, so I have a little bit of bias, right? You try to be as neutral as possible, but it's really impossible because there's tens of thousands of stocks out there, and if you happen to be trading a couple, that just means you've done a lot of research on them. You can never really do all the research that's available for every single stock. That's just impossible. But you do definitely try to do your best to look at different companies and see which ones that you kind of gravitate towards, and you say that's a good company. I like to put my money there, and you take a plunge, so to speak, right? So let's see what's going on here. We got Kent's mom saying time to get out of open. Ricardo saying Savage. What's up, Ricardo? Navi Vet Dax is saying hello. How you doing, Navi? I've never seen your name before, so I'm guessing you're new. Welcome to the channel. The Savage of Wall Street. And what are we doing? We'll be having like straight savages and taking everything from these degenerate gamblers out there that want to buy calls, right? And if you see blood in the street, and it's a day where stocks are going down 5-10%. That's a beautiful time to do cash secure puts. So nothing wrong with that at all, especially if it's a company you've been eyeing for a while and have been hesitant to take a plunge. And hey, cash secure put time is at its best when there's a very big dip in the market, and even a deeper dip on the stock that you're looking at, right? As far as open, it was up at like three something, right? I didn't really pay attention to it today because I sold almost all my open yesterday during that run to five. And so I made a bit of cash. Then it got halted, right? And then it went down to like 290 something, and it started to creep back up today to like the 370s, I think, or close to four, and it's getting hit again. Um, and at this moment, it looks like it's at 343, 344. So, I mean, what is your risk appetite when it comes to open, right? Like, did you buy it at 50 cents, 60, 70 cents? Are you in the green? You know, are you in for 100 shares? Are you in for 1,000, 10,000? It's just it depends on your on what your appetite for risk is, right? I mean, do you think it's going to go to $5, $10? Um, are you patient? Is it a long term hold, or is it just like a gambling hold? I personally sold most of my shares um, because I made a lot of money, and because I had averaged down to the 70s, and even maybe the 60s if you take into account my other portfolios. Um, so it running to almost five. I mean, it almost 10x for me, 9x for me, and that was my cue. Um, that was my number in my head was $5, and you always want to jump ship, a bit before that, because I think if it's a mental goal for me, like if it's my benchmark, I'm sure it's everyone else's, right? So you want to go in a little earlier than that, and so I made money. At this point, I also sold cash secure. I mean, covered calls. I bought back my cash secure puts, which I think I have rolled so many times, and I think I have made well over my initial cost basis. So I just went in and I bought some $16 covered calls back. I mean, they're $5 cover calls. No, they were $1 cash secure puts. I'm sorry, guys, it's still early and I haven't had coffee. $1 cash secure puts expired January, and I bought them back for 16 cents, 17 cents, and I think even 19 cents. So you do blocks, right? Um, and so that's when it started dipping, and when I saw it weakness. When I saw its weakness is when I started going in and saying, I think this is kind of my cue, right? Um, and so I made money with cash secure puts. I made money with selling the underlying stock where I sold it at, and now I sold calls for $5 expiring in 2026 January, and I got over $1 for some. I think I got 20. I want to say 30 for some, 60 for others. So it's all over the place. But the whole point is that I'm totally okay selling at $5. You know, whenever you make 100% more than what you invest, that's kind of a great trade, right? Basically making 10, 20% back. It's amazing, because the average percentage that people get back yearly in the stock market is like 8 to 10%. So if you do 100%, you are literally batting 1,000 at that point, right? So I think that's why you invest, right? Some people make 200, 300%, and some people lose 200, 300%. So it's all about averaging, right? And I like to be, part of the folks that make over 100%, if that makes any sense. But is it time to get out of open door? I don't know, man. That's up to you. If you bought at 50, a dollar 50, and it's at 330, I mean, why not take money off the table? Nobody was ever hurt taking money off the table. And so that's just kind of my take on it, right? Um, would I do cash EQ puts on it right now? No, not really. Would I buy calls on it? I would not. I'm just letting my covered calls ride at this point, and those $5 calls that I sold, those contracts are now worth 137. I think they were. I want to say $2 and change or $3 at some point. It was crazy. So, but yeah, no, I'm gonna wait to get either assigned um, or to get my stock back. I'm gonna let it ride. All right, what else are we? What else do we want to talk about here? JJ's back. What's up, JJ? How you doing? Um, Ricardo Canales is back. Good morning, Ricardo. Jay just saying, hey, what's up, Tom? Boom, I came from Uncle Bruce. Hey, what's up, Tom? How you doing, brother? Good morning, guys. Beach Boy is in the house. Yo, how you doing, Beach Boy? Dude is here. Down we go. Beach Boy, was there an alert? I don't know, man. It was pretty sudden. I was not looking to go on. Um, but then people were asking. I was like, let me just go on for a little bit. Let's see. Kent's mom, 900 shares at 162 average, and I bought a few $3 calls out to January 26th. Oh, you were the one. um, you know what, Ken's mom? You're over, 900 shares at 162. You doubled your money at this point. Um, Personally, I would sell 500 shares. Get all your money back for your initial investment, and then a little more, and let the other 400 ride, and see what happens, right? The $3 calls out to January. I don't know how much you paid for them. Are you in the red? Are you in the green? Um, I'm not a fan of calls, man. I sell them. I don't buy them, but I have been known to buy calls. I mean, I'd be a hypocrite if I said that I didn't buy them all the time or I didn't buy them. Um, I have Neo $15 calls expiring in 2027, and those are beautifully green right now. But I have a number in mind. So as long as you have a number in mind and you have a plan, that's what matters, right? So if you're looking to jump ship whenever you make 50%, 100%, I don't know what number you have. That's you're making money. Never be afraid to take money off the table, right? Do the same. I got in yesterday at 3 calls and call cover calls. My cost average is 160 at this point. I'm waiting for these cover calls to strike out or shrink out. Seems good to me. Yeah, no, that's. I mean, if you sold calls, I think you're sitting pretty. Never hurts to take money off the table. Premium of the option is here. Let's go. How you doing, Premium? Good morning, man. Um, Lisa saying I took your lucid tips on January 2026. Cash your puts $3 strike for 76 premium. Beautiful. That is a beautiful ride. You're basically buying lucid at 224. Nothing wrong with that because I think 190 something has been its 52-week low, and that was before they signed a contract with Uber. So that's a great that is a great ride, man. You're getting, let's see, almost 25% back. I mean, that's worst case scenario, you get the shares. Best case scenario, you keep the premium, and you're keeping, let's see, over 25 cents for every dollar that you're average. I mean, that you're investing. That's a wonderful ride. That's over 25%. Oh yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Kilua is saying, am I doing anything with Neo? I like I said, I have 150 calls, $15 calls that expire 2027. I'm holding at this point. I think it's gonna go to 7 or 8. There may be a time when it maybe pops to 10. At least, this is the thing with calls that you're hoping, right? Like you don't know for sure. And I hate feeling like that because I usually I sell calls because I sell hopes and dreams, but based on everything, right, and all the due diligence and the research and then just what the overall company is doing, I mean, I definitely see it going upwards. And that doesn't mean it will. It just means that it may. And so I'm the one that got sold hopes and dreams, right? For all I know, it could stay at $3-4 for the next year and a half. Those are going to bleed out, and then I'm going to be kind of holding the bag. But it's money that I can afford to lose, right? I had an extra $1,000, and I figured, you know what, I'm gonna take a plunge. You know, never invest money that you're not willing to lose, especially when it's a risky bet like that. I like cash secure puts, and that's kind of how I start my positions in companies. All right. So Premium is saying, let's go. Lisa saying she likes the lucid tip. I paid 53 for the three. So let's see. Your $3. Let's see what she's talking about. All right. All right, Ken's mom. Let's see. So you have January $3 calls, which are right now 162, right? And you paid 53 for them. You've tripled your money. What are you waiting for? uh, so if you have a few calls, I don't know, sell a third, and get some money back, and then see what happens with if it runs to 5 or 6, sell the other third. And then if it runs, and you could keep the other ones until like, a couple of months or a month and see what happens. I mean, never be afraid to take money off the table. You're in Wall Street. You're basically playing the Wall Street game to make money. You're making money. Um, Bears make money. Bulls make money. Pigs get slaughtered. So don't get caught oinking around and then having the rug pulled from underneath you. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in the next week, right? I think we have a lot of earnings coming in. I think JPOW is speaking. I think we have jobs data coming out. I mean, there's a lot, right? And so this is why I like cash secure puts, because especially on red days, right? There's some companies that were down 5-10% today, and I took a plunge. Does that mean that they're going to go up? No, it means that they can go down another 5-10% maybe, but if they go up, great. I sold some cash secure puts, some $20 cash secure puts on SoFi when it dipped to the 19s, and out to January 2026. I like that. I'm basically I'm going to get SoFi for in the 17 area, and um I'm okay with that. I mean, I'd be averaging up because my average in SoFi I think is in the eights, 8 or 9s. So I'd be averaging up, but I mean the way that SoFi is trading, right? The way that everything, it's telling us basically where the stock is going, right? All the quarter earnings we've had to this point have been stellar. And so, do you think anything has changed? Nothing has changed, right? If anything, the company's growing. More money's coming into it. Anthony Noto is going to have some good news for us next week, right? So it's probably going to go up. And those cash secure puts were just a cash grab. But if I happen to be put those shares, I am totally okay with that. So let's see here. Charlie saying, Charlie C2, what's up? How you doing, Charlie? Saying hi, everyone. Ricardo saying the bear looks good. Uh, Thank you, brother. Um, if your position if you position reasonably in size, you can let anything ride. Dude is right. I mean, if you're positioned reasonably somewhere and you're not overweight, um, yeah, take the money and then let the rest ride. Why not? James of the Misty Tree saying, I just sold 10 SoFi $20 cash secure puts for June 2026 and got 376 from. That's a beautiful write. That's a beautiful write. Yep, I like it. You got almost what 20% back? Yeah, 19% for your troubles. Worst case scenario, you're buying SoFi at 16.24. Beautiful, right? I like it. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that at all, brother. That's a good trade. That's a good trade. I was watching Dances with Wolves, I think, the other day, right? Because I noticed on HBO they have the extended cut, and it's one of my favorite movies. I saw it as a kid, right? And I was learning about the natives and then the whole uh, that whole migration from Europeans into the country. And um, man, I watched that movie and I really liked it. And I watch it every so often. Sometimes it's on TV, but I didn't know there was an extended cut, and then HBO has it. So I watched it, and it's such a great movie. If any of you guys have HBO, um, have a look see, because it's such a great film. and it's quite accurate in its historical facts, and it's just a very well made movie. I think it's one of the top 10 movies ever made. And so, anyways, there's a part of it where um, the lieutenant, and I think wind in his hair, I think is the name of the native. Wind in his hair. They trade. I think a vests. They trade vests, and then the lieutenant says to wind in his hair, "Good trade, good trade." I love to like take that little take and then maybe put it when I'm on live, and then when I start doing the little switching. Whenever somebody does a good trade, I'm just gonna press the button, and it's gonna show up here saying "good trade." That's a good trade. I got ideas, man. Oh, open door is sinking. It's 3:15 now. See, Kent's mom. So if you would have made the move when I told you to, or when we were telling you to kind of make a move, or to think about it, you would have, yeah, you would have safeguarded yourself there. Oh, look at Lucid. Lucid is popping. I like it. Lucid is popping, baby. Um, yeah, yeah. I have no problem with Lucid popping right now. That's wonderful. Let's see what other trades are you guys looking at? I'm very curious. Let's see here. Charlie is saying, "Good morning, Savage. I sold covered calls on SoFi in April, $15 strikes to January 2026. Now will cost $4,200 to buy back, or just sit and wait for shares to be called away in January. Why don't you roll? Have you looked at rolling? I would not be scared to go to January 2027 with that. Can you go to 20s? Even if it's an even Steven trade and you don't pay anything, and they don't give you anything. If you can go to $20 from your $15 strike, man, today would have been a good time to roll those when SoFi went down to the 19s. Because you probably could have rolled. Um, I don't know. Let's see what's available. Where is available here for SoFi? Okay, so you're January. I mean, you could have rolled your 15th to 17th in June, 18th. I don't know. Are 18th in September available? No, 17th. Then January 2027. There is no 18th. There's just 17th and 20s. Man. I would have looked to roll to 20. Those are. I mean, you're basically rolling and for every 100 shares you're basically making $500, right? So that's a great roll. Even if it was for an even Steven, right? And you didn't get paid any premium, rolling to 20s wouldn't have hurt at all. Even 17s, I mean, that's $200 for every $100 for every 100 shares. But a 20 would be ideal. I say wait a little bit, right? SoFi always goes down after earnings. I mean, it takes a pop and then goes down and settles. If you see 19 again or 18s even, don't be afraid to roll to 2027 20s. And then at that point, I think if SoFi got to 18 and you roll to 20s, you probably could take a premium. It wouldn't be much. It'd probably be like 15 bucks, maybe $25. But it still would be something, and you're basically getting paid to make more money, essentially, right? So that's how I would trade that, Charlie. But again, this is not financial advice. This is just like what I would do, right? That's the move that I would make. I mean, I honestly, I have some 20. I have the same calls. I'm underwater myself. So but I'm not looking to roll just now because like I said, SoFi is going to go down after earnings. The IV is pretty high right now. So, but yeah, it's one of those where crossing your arms is fine. There's still a lot of time left between now and January, right? You have like 5 months. So let some of that theta decay, and then look. If SoFi goes back to like the 19 land, 18, even 17, if it goes down to 17 for sure. But look at the $20 rolls. I mean, I'm sorry, yeah, the $20 strikes for 2027. I mean, you're waiting another year, but you're making 500 more dollars. I mean, that's not terrible. Um, JJ saying GLD's popping. All right, right on. Um, James of the Mystic Tree saying yes, good trade. I say that all the time. One of my favorite movies, also. Yeah, I love Dances with Wolves, man. Larry Titus is here. Hi, friend. How you doing, friend? Rodrigo Soto saying, "Do you have a Discord?" I'm on a Discord with the Bagel Gang, and I kind of, that's kind of where I'm at. And we do have a channel, but they're very protective of it. And I say, let's see how. I mean, it's so hard with the with the trolls. It's really hard to tell sometimes who's who. I mean, I know Larry for sure. I know James of the Misty Tree. Um, I know a few people. Lisa Sasa. I know Kent's mom, Charlie, Ricardo Canales. I know Beach Boy for sure. So, dude, Jeff. I mean, I know these people are for sure legit. And I don't want to just give out the Discord without really knowing who I'm giving it to, right? But I mean, eventually you're gonna have people from the Discord here. Maybe they'll feel like you're worthy to give you the link, and then you guys can go from there. But I kind of I'm very protective of the Discord just because it's really there's a really cool core group of folks that trade, and then we're very serious traders. Not to say that we don't dick around and say stupid shit, but everyone is there to like really make money, right? And everyone's really smart on the Discord. That's one of the things that has helped me become a better trader. Is I thought I knew my graphs until I seen some of the people in the Discord, and I'm like, I know nothing, you know. And I mean, I'm sure I'm giving people on the Discord some ideas as well. So that's the thing, we don't. There's no charge. There is no fee to be on the Discord. It's all free for us, and I mean, I think Tiff, I think he wants to keep it that way, and I think that's great. If anything, at some point there may be a charge, he says, but it'll be very very small charge, and it'll be the money's going to go towards like nonprofits or something, and I think that's something really really cool. But I mean that's down the line, right? So we'll see how that happens. Um, let's see here. Hot Wing Mike, what up, Hot Wing? How you doing, baby? Yes, we're trading. We're live again. Jerry just saying, don't forget to hit it. The like. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like, guys. I'd appreciate it. IV is a clutch metric that Uncle B doesn't mention enough. Savage, can you give your take on what you mean when you say that IV is high on SoFi? Well, I mean, it's just, basically when you close to earnings, and I think that's any company, right? There's this thing called implied volatility on, especially when you sell options, right? And let's say you sell a call, and let's just for shits and giggles go to the $25 call on SoFi, and let's go to the October one, October 17th, $25 call. You're gonna see there's a metric called implied volatility, which is at 59.9% for that specific strike on that day. And if you come out of that and you go to like $24, it's 59.64. It changes every day, right? And it changes with how much the stock is being traded in the volume, right? And that's the implied volatility. So it seems like everywhere right now is in the 59s for SoFi, right? And sometimes it pops to 70. The closer that we get to earnings, the more the stock is trading, the more volatile it is, and that's the implied volatility, right? When there's a low volatility of like 30%, 20%, that tells you right there that the premiums are not going to be that good. But the implied volatility of like 90 or 80 or even 100, that's very high premiums. And that's what that means, right? The IV. When you hear about IV crush, that usually happens after earnings. And I'm not saying that's the only time, but it usually. So let's say that next Wednesday, right? SoFi volatility is going to be, let's say at 70 for shits and giggles, right? Um, on Tuesday, for sure, in the morning or Monday night, Monday all day, it's going to be very high. Um, Wednesday, earnings is on Tuesday. On Wednesday, that IV is going to get crushed, meaning that IV is going to go from like 80, 70 to like 40, 30. That's what the IV is, right? And then when you hear of IV crush, that just means that the premiums are really high um, around that time. And then once that event happens, right, and it's kind of a pretty big deal, like quarterly earnings are a big event for a company. Once that happens, then the IV just is crushed, right? It's because there's no more events, so then there's not going to be as high a volatility. Um, I mean, there's also black swan events or whatnot. There's always breaking news and stuff like that happen. And then the IV just spikes. That's when premiums just spike. But that's kind of what that is. The IV. I look at high IV. I like high IV. All the companies that I trade for the most part have a high IV metric, and that's why I like premiums that are usually on cash secure puts. For sure, I like to take around 10% monthly, and then with calls a little more than that. I go 2 3 months out, and I like to take sometimes 20% or more. But I mean, it's just like what you like. You see something, a strike that you like, and you see uh, what the risks are. I mean, don't let nobody tell you what to do, right? You like what you like. So if you don't like that metric, you can look at the different metric. But I mean, that's kind of what I do. Um, Rodrigo saying I'm actually coming from Uncle Bruce's channel. Oh, what's up, Rodrigo? Well, nice to see you're here, man. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Jared is in the house. What's up, brother? Yeah, Jeff Glass. I think Brian pays for the Discord with all of his gambling. You know what? I think Brian eats bagels. I think he definitely pays for everybody's Discord with all his gambling, man. Um, and I love the fact that he's a nutcase, man. But he's good. He's good. He. I always have some smart ass to say to him because he's a level 5 dumbass. He's always buying calls, and he knows he knows he's wrong for that. He knows what he's doing, but the guy knows his shit too, and so when you've been doing this long enough, you're able to take a little more risk, and I think he's okay with that, man. I think he's making more money than he's losing, and that's the bottom line, right? As long as you make more money than you're losing, you're winning. That's what it is. But I don't advise anyone to buy calls. Um, let's see here. Hot Wing is saying just listening at work, not working. Oh man, I love that type of job. Working, not working, getting paid is the best. Let's see here. Premium is saying Savage. Did you ever look at MSTU? Being one of my faves this year, juicy premiums. You know what? I have not. Let's see what that is. Premium with the option, guys, is kind of the Zen master. For you guys that don't know Mr. Premium with the option, he's our Zen master. I look to him for guidance whenever I feel that I need to cross my arms a lot more. I just look at his guidance because this guy has level 99 patience. He really will sell a call for $5 on GME or SoFi, whatever. and he'll buy it back for a cent. And it's just like, I think I make a good trade when I buy back. It's 90%, 95% done, and I buy back, a $5 call for like 30 cents. And it's like, and then he'll say, I just bought back that same call for like 1 cent or like 3 cents, and I'm just like, dude, I thought I made a good call, and then this guy comes in and waits a couple of more days, and he just goes in like a sniper, And that's premium of the option, guys. So you guys want to learn how to cross your arms and learn patience. That's the guy to do it from. Let's see. You said MSTU. Let me check it out. MSTU. Ooh, yes, please. T-Rex. It's an inverse ETF, I see. All right. My wife is bringing me coffee, guys. Yeah. Hey, show your hand over here. Show your hand. Just your hand. Right here, right here, right here. Look at that. Yeah, she's like AJ. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have coffee now. I told you guys I had not had my coffee. Oh, that's good. So this is an inverse. For you guys that are new to trading, an inverse ETX, I think. Is this an inverse? No, this is a T-Rex 2X long MicroStrategy daily target ETF. So it's a MicroStrategy that basically moves with MicroStrategy, the stock, right? And it looks like it's a 2X long, so it moves 2 times as fast. Now be careful because it is an ETF, which means it'll give you a dividend. But if MicroStrategy was to go down 30%, this will go down 60%. Keep that in mind. Conversely, if MicroStrategy goes up 10%, this will go up 20%. And I think I see why you like it, premium. And you know what? I don't know much about it. It provides 2x leverage exposure to the daily price movements of MicroStrategy stock, less fees and expenses. I like less fees and expenses. The 52-week low is 241. The 52-week high is 3150. It is at 918. He got down to, it was a nice day today. Damn, could have got 875. I didn't know about it though. There's so many stocks and ETFs out there, guys. It's just one of those things where, the more research you do, the more you figure out how comfortable you are on the trades. And at some point you're gonna look at your own, instead of listening to me or Uncle Bruce or people in the Discord or people here for companies, you're gonna eventually find one that you're like, nobody's talked about this, That was me with like Unity and C3.ai and AOI, and I believe oh my god, I mean there's I've put people on to like at least a dozen, if not more, companies, and they're making money, and I love that. And just goes to show you, doesn't matter how much you know about the market, how long you've been in it, there's always a company you haven't heard of, and I think that's great. I'm gonna put this on my watch list. Poto, thank you so much for telling me, because it would be if it got down to like $5-6, I definitely look to see what it does just for a little gamble. Let's see here. No dividend on this. Stick with the H strike and below. Okay. See, I was thinking $6, $7, but I will take your word for it, man. You're one of the few people that I know I can definitely count on when it comes to doing your due diligence. Let's see here. Mr. Goluk is saying I slept in. All right, that's good. Juan Velasquez is saying, good morning, Savage and the family. Good morning, my friend. Buenos dias, man. A bagel? No bagel for me, man. My wife didn't bring a bagel. I don't know. I'm sure she'll bring something else, or if not, I'll go downstairs. I'm not looking to stay on for 2.5 hours again, guys. I'm probably going to stay on another half an hour and then I'm out. I'm just, looking at some trades, and that's all. I rarely buy options, but open yesterday was a clear put buy, made some money. Good job, Mr. Lucky. I would say that's, I mean, if it runs again, I think a put would not be bad at all. That's how you make money. I've been having fun with TMC, decent premiums, and just had a lot of red tape cut by Trump. What is TMC? The metals company. Oh, okay. I see this. Deep sea minerals exploration company focused on the collection and processing of polymetallic nodules found on the seafloor in international waters of the Clarion Clipperton Zone in the Pacific Ocean. The nodules contain high grades of four metals: nickel, copper, cobalt, manganese, which can be used as feedstock for battery cathode precursors, nickel, cobalt, and manganese sulfates, or intermediate nickel, copper, cobalt matte for electric vehicles. Oh, I see. This is an EV play. Well, I mean, didn't he just take away the money that he was giving to people for buying Teslas? I mean, that's going to take a hit. I don't know. And by he, I mean, the executive branch, right? But yeah, you know what? Why not put it on the list? There you go. We'll have a little look see at some point. What else do we got here? No bagel. Mr. Luck is saying, all right, CKT saying, so half might open for about 25% profit as well. I profit from covered calls, keeping the rest and waiting for another green day for covered calls again. That's how you do it, CKT. That's how you do it. Absolutely. That's how you do it. Larry Terry saying, good morning, Mrs. Savage. She's gone, but I'm sure she's watching. So that's kind of cool. I'm very bullish on Ethereum. You know what? I bought Ethereum in the past. I bought it at $200. It's just it's quite a thing. I sold too early, but I made money. Let's see here. Hot Wing Mike saying, Hermosa, stop it. Stop right now. That's my wife, dude. TMC chart going burr. All right. All right. So let's see. Let's see what trades I got into today. So, anyways, new stock for you guys. NVTS. I don't know if you guys are into the semiconductor life, right? But MVTS is it's a company I've been eyeing for a little bit. It finally pulled back a bit today. A 52-week low of 152, 52-week high of 948. It was down 5% today, or like 7-8% actually. And they signed a contract with Nvidia, I believe, and it's been up a bit. It finally took a breather today, and it's already recovered. I sold $8 cash secure puts expiring in September 19th, and two contracts. I'm in for two contracts and an average credit of 145. And what is wrong with that? Nothing. It is now there. It's now almost 130. So I'm already up. Worst case scenario, I get the stock at 655. So that's kind of in the sweet spot, right? The 52-week high is almost $10. I'm going in kind of in the middle. Not terrible. If it happens to scale down to the $6 land, $5 land again, then I'll do $4 cash secure puts and try to bring in another dollar or two, $1.50, and then try to average down that way. That's how you do it, right? When you're looking at a company that you're interested in, I don't like buying at market price unless like I've sold cash secure puts and I have a ridiculous amount of premium, and then a company's down like 15-20% on a hit piece or something happened that day, in which case I'll use premium from cash secure puts to buy at market price a company that has been severely hit on that day. Because if I was to do cash secure puts, I already know those are not going to pan out, right? Because it's going to recover. Not to saying that it will 100%, but chances are, especially it's a company that I'm looking at. I don't like to lose money, and I like to look at good companies, right? But even good companies, they have hit pieces written against them. There were pieces written against SoFi saying that SoFi was not worth more than $4 or $3, and where we're at now, right? I mean, it's Navitas Semiconductor, NVTS, engages in the development of ultra-efficient gallium nitride semiconductors. Its GaN powers ICs integrated GaN power with drive, control and protection to enable charging, power density, and energy savings for mobile, consumer, enterprise, e-mobility, and new energy markets. Basically, it's just going to make NVIDIA's chips faster and lighter and more powerful. And that's a big deal. So this company, I think, is going to go to 20 at some point, right? Is it going to happen right now? No. Is it going to happen in the next few months? No. Nothing's guaranteed. It could very well go to $4 or $5 a share. But I'm taking a position now. It's my decision, right? It's my money. And this is not financial. This is not financial advice at all, right? This is not trading advice. This is just entertainment purposes only. And if you guys are just entertained, you may want to entertain just having a look see at this company and keeping an eye on it. It wouldn't hurt. And then see how it moves. After a while, you guys are going to start seeing patterns, right? And that's when you can make a decision and say, hey, maybe I like to take a dip on a day when it tanks another 10% or 15%. Or why not? My SQQQ is a little green today. I'm not going to sell just yet because I think that semiconductors are going to go down a little more. But that's why you buy the shares, because you could hold them forever. RXRX is actually it's actually down today, isn't it? Yeah, it was up early on, almost 5%, and then it just started ticking down. With I think the overall market just came down today. Enphase is actually looking good. Look at this. Enphase is up 6%. I have some $45 cash secure puts expiring September, and I have some $40 cash secure puts expiring October. I am underwater a bit on these $45 cash secure puts, but my break-even price is $39.55 because I received $545 for these $45 cash secure puts. I'm totally okay buying Enphase under 40. Totally okay. And if it goes down a little more, guess what? I'm going to be put the 40s, which I received, I believe, $565 for. So basically, my cost basis is going to drop even more. That's how you average down, right? And so Enphase is up 6.2% today, and my cash secure puts are lower, which is beautiful. I like to see that. I have until October for these $40 cash secure puts. I'm up 23%, 24%. I'm gonna let it ride because I mean I really want to dare the market to put those shares in my portfolio, and that's kind of why I sold these cash secure puts, because I really want the shares. I don't have any shares on Enphase, but I do have cash secure puts, and I want the shares. I was looking at Enphase when it was over 100, but I thought it was too expensive. And I said, I'll wait for it to go to 75. Then it went to 75 and I saw weakness. And I was like, I'm going to wait for it to go to 60. I didn't think that I was going to get a gift. I thought 50 was it. And I was going to do $50 cash secure puts, but I gave it another week. I wanted to see if what I saw on the graph was actually going to pan out. And it did. And it went to like the 45 area, 46 area. That's when I did these 45s. And it went down even lower. So now I did 40s. And if it goes down even lower, I'm going to do 30s. It's just, at that point, I'm just trying to hoard as many shares as possible, because this is a $100 stock. This is a $200 stock, right? But that's how you play this game. I'm basically getting paid to buy a company that I really look forward to owning. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Gamblers want to give me free money. It's there. I just take it. So that's how you play the games, my friends. Let's see here. What else do we have here? Uh, Ken's mom is saying, I've been rolling Rocket Lab. Maybe be able to buy back my call soon. Finally. Um, are you in the positive or are you looking to roll some more? I mean, are you okay? Well, I don't know what the strike is, right? On these Rocket Lab cover calls you're talking about, Ken's mom. So it's really hard to give you like an opinion on that, right? But I mean, if you've been rolling, that tells me that's probably under where it is now, right? And you're buying them back. As long as you're buying them back for a profit, I think that's cool. If you're buying back at a loss, what is your reasoning for buying back at a loss? That's what I would ask. Mr. Lucky saying, "Oh, I'm entertained." Good. um, let's see here. Sound SoundHound AI is down a bit today. It started to recover though, and you guys could have done. I did a one. I did yesterday. I did a $11 cash account put expired in October, and I got 147 for it. Today's 170. So, well, let's see what happens. I'm definitely looking forward to getting put those shares. I already have some, and I think I have $15 covered calls sold of those expiring 2026. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having those shares put to me. Let's see, Archer was down almost 10% today. Today was a beautiful day for cash secure puts on Archer. I already have $12 puts, and I have I have $12 puts expiring October. I got 167 for those puts, and they are 214 right now. Um, my break even price is 1033. It's 1124 right now. Not mad at that at all. And I also have the same strike for January. And I think those I got 245 for. And I'm good until 955. My break even is 955. Stocks at 1124. Come and get me. Come and get me. I will definitely take those shares. I would love to be put those shares because Archer is a good play. They're the way that the executive branch and the Department of Homeland Security want to tackle the illegal immigration and people just coming across the border. I really see less boots on the ground and more drones. And I think Archer Aviation um, has a good company that could probably write some contracts with the um, with the government and make a ridiculous amount of money. There was also a leadership change. Remember that, right? So I think it was a good move. I think there's a reason they made this move, and the person that's going to take is going to be at the helm um, and become the next CFO. I think she's going to do very well. Um, so I mean, the stock is telling you what to do, right? It went down today. I think everything went down, and it was a great day to sell cash and puts. It's already recovering. If it's a company that you're looking at and you've been curious about, today would have been a good day to get in. Anybody looking at RCAT, Red Cat? It's 897 today. See, today would be a great day for cash secure puts. Be a great day for cash secure puts. Matter of fact, let me go to January and let me see that $7 cash secure put. Let me sell one, and let's put a stinker of 160. So I'm basically giving them $700 to put away until January 2026, and they're gonna give me $160 if this pans out. Nothing wrong at all, because I already got $8 cash secure puts on this, and at this point, let's start. I'm starting a position. The 52-week high is $15. The 52-week low is 166. It's at $9 right now, 850, 895, 896. Buying it at like 550, 540, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm kind of like at the sweet spot. That's what I like to call my sweet spot. Anywhere between, half of where the stock is at and maybe a little less than that. That's kind of what my sweet spot is, even a little higher. But, if it's a company that I really want to own, that's where I strike. And any company that I own, it's a company that I'm willing to hold at least 5 years, right? So I'm a long-term investor, and I'm looking forward to selling covered calls on these companies because I think the premiums are going to be great. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, okay. So Ken's mom is saying I have 55s that expire this Friday. Oh, whoa. Okay. Rocket Lab. You have 55s that expire this Friday. The stock at 46. I think you're safe. I would let them right out, expire worthless. Or, you could buy them back right now, right? Let's see. 55 expire this July 25th. Oh, they're going for 11 cents to 11 or 14 cents. 11 is the bid. The ask is 14. Yeah, buy it back for 10 cents. Buy it back for 10 cents. That's an extra week that you're giving yourself. And then you can look at selling call and go to October, right? Go to October. The stock is at 46. Are you okay selling at 50? You can ask for 665. You could ask for $665 for the 50 call, or you could go for the $65 strike and then bring in 313. You could go to 55. Do the same right. Ask for 515 or 510. So check this out. You can buy back for 10 cents, right? And then you sell at 510. You're basically making $500. You're just giving up time. Instead of you're going out 3 months down, and you're bringing in dollars instead of cents, right? And then if you were okay selling these 55s whenever it is that you sold that covered call, why not be okay selling at 55 in October and bringing in another $500? That's a big income. $500 you can use to, I don't know, sell some $5 red cat cash secure puts. Let's see here. You can do some $5 red cat, 5 cash secure puts for January and bring in 60 cents. Bring $60. And those $60, you can buy a couple of bottles of wine with that. And guess what? Financed by the gamblers, baby. And what's the problem with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Or you could take those $60 and pay off your phone bill. You do whatever you want. You could go to a dinner. I so many different ways that you can spend that money anywhere, right? You can buy some groceries for the next week. Make it real. You just basically are spending premium money that you just received 2 times over, right? Because you got premium for the covered call, and then that covered call you're using to as a collateral for another. It's just your win. and then now you have this premium that's free there for whatever you want, and that's how I'm able to take trips and um, pay no money for them. We're gonna go to Tahoe this week, in a few days, and my wife wanted $1,000 to gamble, and I was like, okay, sold some covered calls, some cash secure puts, and I was like, here it is. Now that money's available, you send it over to her bank account, and then whenever she goes to the casino, she's laughing because she's just like, it's not even real money. And when she makes money, it's great because she makes 500, $1,000 bucks. She's like, she's making money two times over. And if she loses the money, you know, it doesn't really hurt because it's covered gold money that's paid by the gambler. So we go out to eat, whatever, and we have a great time, and it's financed by the gamblers. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Make it real. That's one thing I would suggest. And there's one thing that I think Uncle Bruce talks about is make it real. Use your covered call money and cash account put money, to invest, right? And then after you invest, some of that money, take it and pay some bills with that. I'm very much looking forward to going ham and then doing a lot of cash secure puts and then paying the mortgage with that, for the next month, because I mean that would make me feel extremely good, um, because it's one of those things that people work so hard to make money so they can pay their mortgage, right? And then here I am, like here, sitting, I'm literally making money as I'm talking to you guys. I'm trading on the phone. I mean, I'm researching right here on the laptop as well. But I'm making money as I'm talking to you guys. How awesome is that? And I'm suggesting things and giving you information and and learning from you guys. And I think that's awesome. And I'm getting paid for that for sitting at home drinking coffee. Sometimes I make 1,000, 2,000 bucks before my kids are awake, and then I go downstairs and I make breakfast. Before the wife wakes up, before the kids wake up, and then they wake up and they eat breakfast, um, and then I'll turn on the jumper outside, and they'll jump around in their jumper, and we'll go for a walk, come back. I make lunch, and then we'll eat, and I'll just tell my wife, I made $2,000 today, and all I did was trade for like 20 minutes, half an hour. And I made breakfast for you guys, and I made lunch, and we had a great time with the kids, and I got paid for that. And it's sometimes unbelievable, right? Because you're just like, did that just really happen? Like, is this legal? And it totally is. I mean, I'm a drop in the bucket. Like I'm a small fry. When you take into account that there's people that make $1 million, $2 million a day doing this, and there are people that make that, it's insane, right? So I look forward to having tax problems. Um, I'm lucky enough to where my tax person is my wife, and so I always like it when she starts plugging in numbers and stuff like that, and she's just like, oh, we got to pay however much, because then I know that's my cue to take out a new credit card so that we can use the credit card to pay off whatever it is that we owe. I hit the minimum spend on the credit card and get all these points, and then we use all those points to like travel. So I'm literally getting paid to pay taxes. That's fucking wild, right? But there is such thing, and if I mean, if someone's out there, that's looking for a new credit card, and then you're like on the fence, and you're like, I don't think I could spend $3,000 in a couple of months, or some people are like, in 3 months to spend $4,000, that's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but if you like use it for everything, you'll be surprised at how easily you hit that mark. Especially if you have like a tax bill, right? And I like American Express. I like their point system, and those points are worth a lot because when you transfer them to to transfer partners like Hilton or any of the airlines that they're partnered with. Those points are actually very valuable, and you can very well fly to Japan first class on ANA if you do it the right way. Um, you can travel to Japan on ANA for around 60,000 American Express points after all the transfers have been done. That ticket for Tokyo, um, it's from San Francisco to Tokyo nonstop. It's $18,000 to $20,000. I let me repeat that. I didn't say 1,800. I said 18,000 to $20,000. First class on ANA. It's one of the best tickets to get. And when you're flying, right, that's like a 12, 14-hour flight. I mean, it's just you're gonna be pampered, and the type of champagne you're offered is it's an extremely expensive type of champagne. I mean, they will give you sushi. They will give. I mean, dude, you're gonna have such a great time. It is one of the best redemptions to do. Now, imagine there's some credit cards with American Express that give you up to 125,000 American Express points. So if you have a significant other and you hit that minimum spend, you can travel with two people. Two people can travel to Japan, first class. So that's up to $40,000 that you would spend. Like people spend that type of money. People with money spend that type of money. I personally would not spend that type of money on a flight. But redeeming wise, I mean, that is kind of one of the holy grail redemptions. And if somebody was curious enough to take the plunge on American Express, I would recommend going for like the American Express Gold, which gives you 4 points for every dollar spent on groceries and on restaurants. Especially if you're someone with like a large family that, they do go. You guys go to restaurants often, because you'll get a lot of points back, and it's giving like $120,000, 20 points for like a $4,000 spent in 3 months. If you were to use that credit card to pay for your taxes, you would meet that minimum spend like that. And that's what I gotta say about that. Let's see here. What do we have? So the $55 strike that we were talking about, Ken's mom. I hope I triggered a thought or two. You're only going to October. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, you could go to January, uh, and take more money even, but October is a good strike. $500. Nothing wrong with that. And then in October, when and if Rocket Lab's still underneath 55, you can buy back and then sell another $5 or $6 cover call for January. And guess what? You just made over $1,000 in a couple of months. Nothing wrong with that at all. Let's see. Mr. Lucky saying, "Híjole." Good job. I love Archer. I love Archer myself, Lucky. I do. Archer's teamed up with Palantir Food for Thought. I know that. This is exactly why I'm so bullish on it. This is exactly why I want to get put those shares, right? This is exactly why I'm over at I think I have over 10 cash secure puts. So I'm totally okay. I have the shares as well, and I think in the fours. I'm averaging, let's see. What is my average on Archer? Come on, Archer. Where is my average? Dude, where's my average? It's usually here at top. Hmm. That's weird. I can't see my average. I'm on Robinhood right now, and I can't see my average. I see the stats, but I don't see my average. It's in the fours. I just don't know where in the fours though. That's weird. But again, I would be averaging up. I'm totally okay getting put those shares. And I really like the stock. Let's see here. White Feather says, "Hey Savage, I'm curious if you have any thoughts on Open." Here's another one. All right, I already talked about Open, but basically I'm let's see where Open is at right now. I have a few shares. I sold most of my shares already because I took money off the table on my wife's account and on my account. Um, it got down to 3. It seems like it seems like there's resistance, right? I'm sorry. It's support at $3. So it's already up. It hit 3 today, and it's up to 337. That's a 10% move. Um, my thoughts are if you went in and you bought in the 50-cent range, in the $1, 150 range, it's right now $3. You've made money. Take some money off the table. Um, Take some money off the table. Get some money back for your troubles, right? And let the rest ride. I would look at when it pop to like $3.50, $4, sell some covered calls, and then go out to January. Don't be scared to go to January and sell some fives. Try to get $2 for those. The IV is really high. The IV is 182. Yeah, I was talking about IV earlier. It's holy shit. It's 182. That's a lot. So the IV for the $5 call in January 2026 is 182% on Open. That is insane. Try to get $2 for those. So if you have 1,000 shares, that's $2,000 you could bring in. Worst case scenario, they hand you $10,000 on 2 calls. They hand you $10,000 on January 2026. What is wrong with that? Your average is in $1, $2 in that range. You are making a killing, and you're basically getting paid to sell at a higher strike point than where it is right now. It has to move $1.70 and change, $1.66. What is wrong with that? I mean, you're in the market to make money. Don't get caught oinking around. Take money off the table. Nobody is ever hurt taking money off the table, right? Here's my take on that. Like I said, I sold most of my shares on the run up to 4. I got covered calls on it. I bought back my cash secure puts. I made money. And I still have my covered calls. I think like over 40, 50 covered calls that I've sold. They're $5 strikes, for that date, January. At this point, I'm daring them to take me out. Give me that money. I will take all that money on that date. Absolutely. And then I'll use that money for anything else, anything else. There's so many other stocks out there. Let's see here. Stinkers on M-Face hit also earnings today. Oh, I'm interested to see what the strikes were. Hodo. I like M-Face, man. I was looking at M-Face when it was like $100. I think it was like 90. I started following when it was like 90 and didn't it run up to like $140, something like that. And I was waiting for it to go under 100. But then I kind of did my numbers and I did the graph and I was like, I was like, am I being an asshole or like am I like being an extra bearish bear? And do I see it going to 70? And I guess I was right. So that's what I think about the overall market, by the way, guys. Whenever you guys see you guys know I got a pretty cool bull. Whenever you guys see the bull, you guys will know how I feel about the market on that day. This is exactly what I feel about the market today, right there. So that's your cue. Anyhow, I got food.
There was no bagels.
That's fine. No bagels needed. Oh my goodness. Hey, buddy. All right. I'll finish quickly. I got some food. I got an egg sandwich. Yeah, baby. My son wants to say hi. Oh. Oh man, this is great. Now you guys have to watch somebody else eat on TV, right? On live. Ah, who would have thought? Yeah, Poto, I'm very curious to see what your strikes on end phase were. You know what gate? Did you do 40s? Knowing you probably did 35s to like 2027 or something, or 2026. I would not be surprised. And I think that's a great right. Either way, anywhere from 45 to 30 on M phase is a great right for cash secure puts. You can't go wrong. Uh, Obviously, you can go wrong, right? Things could happen, but it's a great position to start on, especially in a stock that's going to be $200. Right? I like it. Can't stop saying, Savage, you're awesome, so motivational. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If I can motivate somebody out there to start making money on stock that they already have, that's the name of the game, right? To see things differently in a different perspective, and maybe like brainstorm ideas, right, and whatnot. That's what this is about, and that's exactly why I wanted to go after Uncle Bruce. And when he leaves, hopefully I'm able to fill a little void, so to speak. I'm my own person. I'm completely different than him in a lot of ways. But the core thing is that, you know, I feel just like the way he does. And this is what captivated me about Uncle Bruce, is that he went on a rant like 4 years ago where he was just saying that Americans, we are just getting shafted. He's like, we're paying all this money to go to school, and then you can't pay off those loans that you take to go to school. They tell you to go to school, you do everything right, and then you're basically a slave for the rest of your life trying to pay off those loans. And then the house market is insane. Never going to own a house if you do everything the right way. Our minimum wage sucks. Then there's medical bills. I mean, it's just crazy. And then he just said, if I can just help people, live a better life. And he was like, you don't even have to buy my classes. You don't even have to do this, that. Just watch me, and then watch people on the channel, how they trade and get ideas. And then try to change your life that way. I think that, it clicked and it resonated. And I like, I was like, you know what? This is a cool person. So that's kind of the same thing I'm trying to do. It's just I was there once, right? I mean, there's always a first time, right? So at this point, I just hopefully people are paying attention and learning a little bit and making money, and that's the name of the game. Mm. Oh yeah, Double D. Why are you listening? I like that. You're in a birdie, but you ain't bad. There is no other birdie, man. Birdie's awesome. I love Birdie, man. I've never seen him here. He used to come back on, but I think he's busy with work. We're talking about Birdie Avalos. Alberto White Feather. Double D quietly listening. Jeff Glass saying, my day job more than covers life's expenses. I'm adding money to my account every paycheck. I'm not spending a penny of the premiums I collect until I can quit my day job. That's totally fair. Totally fair. I have a day job myself. I'm kind of on vacation at this point, but I know, I understand. I actually I work and pay bills, and every chance I get, I take a big chunk and I invest it. I just dump it into my portfolio of stock market. Cash secure, put the shit out of it, and I just keep adding. And It's just, it compounds. And then, the first year it was iffy, especially because I really started getting serious, I think in 2016, and it was kind of like a red market then. Then we had that run up and it backed down because of COVID, right? And I think 2018 was another bear market. So it's been up and down, more down than up until a couple of years back, right? And it's up at this point. And then I'm taking it, I just dump as much money as possible into the stock market, and then I see the returns. And anybody that's trying to get into the stock market for the first time, have patience and just keep, like, I know Uncle Bruce says, quit your day job. You don't have to work and all that stuff. But if you're in your 20s or your 30s or your 40s, and you're kind of starting to trade, and you've been trading for 5 years or so, or even 10 years, work as much as possible, man. I'm not saying kill yourself, right? But put as much money away as possible. Dump it into the stock market, invest it, and then just grow your portfolio, right? Um, because once you have $1 million, the first 100,000 is the hardest, right? It's absolute hardest. But once you have $1 million in your trading, right? I mean, you have always money coming in. Then you can think about, maybe I'll take a break from work and see how that goes, right? But you have to take into account, how are you going to pay for medical, right? How are you going to pay for like optical, dental, all that stuff? Right now, I'm covered by my job, and I have kids, so like I just don't see myself. Even though I think I do fairly well, I just don't see myself taking off of work. I like work. I'm one of those rare people that actually enjoys their career. I love the schedule that I keep, and it gives me a lot of freedom, you know. And I guess knowing that I also have different types of income, right? Different streams of income. It also facilitates, and then it takes away from the stress. But yeah, I suggest people just work as much as possible, and then just put all that money into the stock market. Pay all your bills. Also, obviously, have like a little bit of a piggy bank, right, in case something happens, right? But I don't give the banks my money, man. I like to invest it. If I need cash, I raise cash, by doing cash secure puts, and then take money out. Hmm. That's how I trade. Hmm. Me too. Yeah, Jeff, I agree. Compounding. Compounding is how you do it, man. For sure. Charlie, C2, you got the right idea. Just compound. Between catching your puts, cover call money, and work. That's how you hit it. That's how you get to your goals, man. Whatever your goal is, whether it be $100,000, $200,000, a half a million, a million, you gotta get the ball rolling, man. And this is how you do it. Compounding. Because you don't get to see it, right, like on the everyday. Um, because it's hard to. Your portfolio doesn't really move. But when you look up back a year, you see the difference. And you'll see like your portfolio, right? It's here and here, like day to day, and then you go back a few months, and it's like a little movement like this. It's cool, but not the greatest. And then you see a year out, and you're like this, right? Big difference. You go 5 years out, it's like this much of a difference. So you can see it. It's just to always know that there's a means to the madness, right? And there's sometimes when you just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Hmm. White feather saying doing the same for my son's inheritance. Hmm. I agree. I'm there with you. I want to leave the kids something, man. But more than anything, I want to give them the knowledge that they can do this. And I'm going to tell them everything that I tell you guys. Is that the first 100,000 is the hardest, and to not be discouraged by red markets. That's where the opportunity happens. Kind of like today, we have all these different stocks, right? And some are red, some are green. You need to have a diversified portfolio and such. Let's see what QUBT is doing. Ooh, QUBT is down today. 1688. My $18 cash secure put is down 14%. I got 530 for it last week, and it's 605 today. I'm not mad at that at all. Let it come down some more. If it comes down to 15, then I see myself doing some. Let's see. If it comes down to 15, then I see myself doing some $15 cash secure puts for sure. Right now, if you wanted to dip your toes into a QUBT for the $15 cash secure put expiring in January, they're giving you $4.05. You could ask for 410. I mean, that is a great right. Matter of fact, should I go in there to the 15 strike? You're basically buying it at like 10.95. I think I'm gonna do that. I am gonna do that. Whoa, I like that. Oh, they're only letting me trade in 10-cent increments. Fuck it. I'm gonna get $410 to buy QUBT. $15 strike, 1/16/2026. Get paid $410. Here it is. I'm in. Let's see if it triggers. So basically, in January, worst case scenario, I get the stock and pretty much at $11. Nothing wrong with that, man. Not at all. What else do we have here? Juan Velasquez saying, Jeff, congrats on those savings. Absolutely. Congrats on the savings. Oh, Rory is here. What's up? What's up, Rory? Good to see you, Rory. Rory Yiddy. Thanks. I'm not holding shares, but the premium on $3 cash your puts look pretty good. Yeah, no, that's all good. I think you're talking about open, and I think that's cool. A little risky for my taste, but at this point, it's already run up. However, like I said, it all depends on your appetite for risk, right? And it all depends, if you have an extra few dollars to spare, and you're not, you don't mind losing some, just like you could lose it, you can make some money. It's there's opportunity out there. Juan is saying I do collect my pensions and my Social Security and all that going into my savings to invest and collect the premiums. That's how you do it, Juan. Absolutely. Joby's a direct competitor to Archer, I believe. You know what? I haven't really looked into it, man. I have to say that I haven't really looked into it, and I don't want to speak on a company that I haven't really looked into. I just know that they're a direct competitor to Archer. I mean, what are their parameters, right? Like, I mean, what are they doing differently? What are their contracts looking like? It's, that's one of the things you have to look at. Are you okay owning it? Um, what are some of the things they're doing, like I said, differently? What do they have in the pipeline? I would look at that. Premium of the option is saying August 29th expiry, $44 strike. You got 325 for it. In September 45 strike, you got 339 for it. Okay, so you really want the shares. I like that. That's a great right, premium. Mr. Poto out there is letting you know. Look at those strikes. Look at that premium. Look at those dates. You guys can look it up real time. He's there. He's letting you know. Mm. Yeah, I like it. You're not chewing loud enough. I don't hear myself chewing though. Jared's laughing. Yeah, well, I mean, we're live, baby. Oh, option is doing covered calls. You did covered calls, not cash secure puts. Got it. Okay, that's great. You're daring them to take you out at 45, 44. Nothing wrong with that. You can always roll. Yeah, those are great rights, man. Who's the saying? Make money, spread the knowledge. Indeed, hopefully they listen. Double D saying 400 is my goal to quit my day job. 400,000. I mean, we also have passive income. That's not terrible. Are you going to live in the U.S.? These moves, all my covered calls are looking to print, sell the volatility in your stock. It's that simple. That's what dude's saying. Dude's saying, been rolling my covered calls in MicroStrategy, and now they are almost out of the money. Every roll up, I'm capturing the premium and banking it. Yeah, no, that's how you do it. That's how you do it for sure. What other calls are you guys working on or cash secure puts? Let's see, BBAI today. I was telling people when it was at 690 today to do some cash secure puts. I think it was well over $2 for those cash secure puts. Some people got the high of the day was 210. I sold 2 contracts yesterday for $2 a pop. So you know what? Give me BBAI for under $5, please. For $5. Totally okay with that. My average is low enough. Yep. My average is in the fours. Totally okay with that. Rivian. You guys know I love my Rivian. Rivian's taking a pop today. Look at that. The overall market is red and Rivian is up. I like it. Yep. I have some $15 covered calls expiring in January. And some expiring in all my calls are expiring January 2026. Some are a little underwater, but that's okay. Take me out. Take me out. Man, I should have done some cash secure puts last week. I think actually, you know what? I did cash secure puts. I bought them back on Friday. I bought them back Friday because I just saw the overall weakness of the market, and I thought Rivian was going to go down, but it's not. It's not going down, which is very interesting. The average volume is 28 million shares. Today it's traded. Let's see here. 25 million. So we're almost at the average right now. Okay. Rivian is looking interesting. I like it. One thing you guys got to keep an eye on, and I don't know if I talked about it yesterday. I think I did. Is Saba Sciences. I know it's some people got burned on this because they went in too hot when it was in the 20s, and they I did $10 cash secure puts and got like $7 for those. So I was very nicely buffered. And then I rolled. But right now, Saba is in the last week up 16%. It was just $2 last week. Now it's 242. Now here's my take on it. What if this is another one of those plays where people are starting to notice because of open that there's a lot of stocks that are severely beaten down and shorted and cheap. And what if people are starting to buy Saba here and there and starting to buy options on it? Just saying. Not a terrible. I mean, obviously, don't let me tell you what to do, but why not keep an eye on it? Not terrible to keep an eye on it and see what happens. Lucid's a nice pop today, almost 10%. Ooh. Yep. Let's see here. Oh man, Sentinel One. Sentinel One. The ticker is S, by the way, for Sentinel One. Early on was like 220.30, and it just got hit, and it was down to like 1940. So it was $1. I mean, if somebody wanted to start CrowdStrike, that is the company it's basically competing with. CrowdStrike is like $500 a share or something like that. Sentinel One is under $20 a share right now. That's all I have to say about that. I was talking about CrowdStrike years ago when it was like $80 a share, and I work with people that are like in the industry, and they really like Sentinel One. CrowdStrike shed the bed a year ago, I think, and they got hacked big time. Sentinel One has never gotten hacked. Just saying, if somebody wants to take up lunch, Sentinel One, it's a good company. It's a really, really good company, very well ran. There's nothing wrong with it where it is at now. I mean, you could do some cash secure puts out to like September, right? It's $19 and 56 cents. You could do an $18 cash secure put and ask for $1. What is wrong with that? You're essentially buying it at 17. Worst case scenario, you buy a really good stock for $17. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let's see here. What else we got people talking about? Rory saying the only cash secure puts I have is Wolf for January 2027 at 450 for 169 premium. Okay. That's 1/3, so over 33%. That's what's up. That's Roaring saying that. Okay. Dude saying, okay, gotta run. Hit the like button for Savage, everyone. All right, dude. Take it easy, brother. See you on the next one, man. Ricardo saying some thumbs up for the Savage people. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, man. So Wolf is the one that Roaring is. Then let's look at Wolf again. I think I saw it yesterday, but let's have a look. See. Oh, look at this. Weeble is up a bit. Interesting. Terra Wolf. Was up today a bit, huh? All right, Terra Wolf. 12 analysts are following it. 92% are saying buy. Oh, that's nice. That's very interesting. Trading momentum and bullish analyst rating offset weak earnings history, outpacing a mixed tech sector. Strong net buying in recent sessions with a 23% net flow and buy. Fully integrated environmentally clean Bitcoin mining facilities in the United States. Oh yeah, okay. Um, yeah, you know what? Let me put it on my list as a watch. Why not? Why the heck not? Let's see what the volume on this is. 55 million volume average. I would have to look into this obviously, but I mean it's a company that's connected to Bitcoin, right? So let's check it out. I'll put it on my watch list. Why not? SMCI is taking a bit of a hit today. It's already recovering. If you were into SMCI, and this is another heavily shorted company, don't be afraid to go to October. And that $45 cash secure puts giving you 375. Stocks at 50 almost. It would have to come down another $500 or $5.
Okay, right.
And you're essentially buying it for 42.50. I mean, that's just, man, there's so much opportunity, but I'm already on SMCI, so there it is. My order to open one contract of QUBT, $15. The put just went through. The 1/16/2026 has been filled at an average price of $410 per contract, baby. Yes. Essentially, I'm buying it for $10.90. There it is, QUBT. Yes, sir. That's how you do it. QUBT. See, there it is. Another one went through. Just a cash grab at this point. Oh, here's the little savage. What up, buddy? Why do you have the remote in your hand?
Because I'm watching TV.
You're watching TV?
Yeah.
All right, come say hi. Come say hi to these people over here.
Hi.
Look at that. There's a little savage. What's your name?
Tony.
Oh, Tony the Tiger. This is why we do it, guys. Hey, don't eat that.
Okay.
All right. Did you eat already?
Papa warned me and I thought that Papa warned me.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Did you have your little milk? Your
No.
cachita?
Mommy got a big one.
She gave you the big one?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good, though. Yeah.
Daddy, will you take that picture?
Oh, because Daddy has pictures to let people know how Daddy feels about the stock market. All right, go with Mommy. Go bring this downstairs. I'll be right down, okay?
Okay.
Love you.
And gonna play the box house with me?
Later.
No.
Daddy's got to eat breakfast. Okay, go ahead. Close my door. Come on. All right, guys. That's my savage Cito. That's it, man. Little savage. Yeah, he's a cute kid, man. I'm very blessed. I'm a very blessed man. And that's kind of why I do it, right? I put in all these hours. I work all these hours and so that I can so I could give them no. That's it's you got a little spicy. You like it? No, you don't. Okay. Go with Mommy. Go with Mommy. Close my door. I'll be right out. Guys, I said I was not gonna go on for a very long time. It's almost been 2 hours. Kids are already getting impatient. They want some of my time. It's only fair, so thank you so much for watching. I'm the Savage of Wall Street, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching this live. I will hopefully see you guys, if not tomorrow, maybe on Friday, so we can go option expiration day, right? And I will be coming at you guys live from Tahoe. And so I told you guys I was gonna go live from different places, and so you guys know that you can do this, man. You can trade from anywhere, make money from anywhere, and also so that I could have a couple of days off. My birthday's coming up, so that's kind of cool. Getting a year older, right? But yeah, I'm looking forward to having a couple of days off and maybe having a few drinks. I love my champagne. I'll tell you guys that. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate you guys. Give me a thumbs up. If you guys can, if you guys could put my videos playing on the loop in the background so that I can just get some traction, I would appreciate that. Um, and definitely, I want to go live from the casino. I don't know why, so that you guys can can get inspired, right? But that's how we do it. Anyhow, I'm the Savage of Wall Street. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys on Friday. All right. Probably if Bruce goes on after Bruce goes on. If not, hopefully for Power Hour. That is 3 p.m. East Coast, 12 p.m. our time. So last hour before closing, I think would be good to see how we trade on a Friday. Say bye.
Bye bye.
Peace out, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.